See now if you can guess who my next guest is. I'm going to give you a few clues. He has to travel 35 million miles to get to work. He has 6 feet and uses a drill. And his name's Bruno.
Bruno Tognoli riding an octopus on the way to work.
No, not Bruno from Strictly Come Dancing. This is Bruno, and he's a Mars rover prototype. And here's Ben. Welcome to the studio. Here's a cheeky fact bite for you before we get going. A day on Mars is 40 minutes longer than a day on Earth. Yeah, it means you can stay in bed a bit longer, Joel. Yeah, nice. All right, Ben. Now, after all these years of space travel, why do we still need to go to Mars?
Well, Andy, we basically haven't answered the big question, and that is whether there is life out there.
All right, and what do you mean by life? Are we talking like aliens with like 10 legs and a few antennas and stuff?
Well, that would be good. It would be easier to spot them, but probably going to be something really, really small, like a microorganism or bacteria.
OK, now how does a machine like Bruno move out there? You haven't got like a massive remote control from Earth, have you?
No, not something like that. Bruno will be able to think for itself and drive in ways like this. You can see it driving forward, it can spin on the spot to get out of trouble, and it can climb up over rocks.
Well, we've actually got a bit of footage of Bruno in action, but the thing is, we've had to speed it up because, you know, in real time, as you can see, he's really quite slow.
It does take a while, yeah.
And what happens if a machine like this goes wrong up there in Mars? Because I heard a previous mission didn't quite work out, did it?
Yeah, that's right. But we've learned from our mistakes, and we've learned from all sorts of technology that's going on at the moment, and we've incorporated that into this to make it the most advanced rover yet. So it's got some cameras which act as eyes, and then it's got a computer on board that's like a brain.
Okay.
And basically it'll be able to drive its way around obstacles and look around it and stay out of trouble.
Well, that's a nice little robot. And when is it actually going up?
It's due to launch in 2016, so it's a little way off.
Right, but hopefully it should make it out.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
How much does something like Bruno cost? Give me a rough figure, like 300 quid, 400 quid?
Well, roughly £1 billion.
£1 billion?
Something like that.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Well, Bruno, you better do well up there, do you know what I mean? OK, and what are the practicalities of getting something so expensive and so fiddly out and up into space? How long will it take?
Well, it's probably about 6 months to get to Mars, but we can only do it every 2 years because that depends on the planets being very close together.
OK, nice one. And what's the likelihood of one of us ever going up into Mars?
Well, hopefully we should see astronauts going up in about 20 years' time, so it could be one of your viewers.
One of you could be going to space. Well, thank you so much, and good luck with the
Pleasure,
mission.
Andy.